Hi, I'm Matt Nuccio.
And I'm Bill Southern.
We're here today for the United Inventors Association of America in busy Manhattan to talk about
how inventors can utilize public relations and social media to effectively launch their product.
As an inventor, why would it be important to get some marketing?
And it's probably the biggest question that I get asked, particularly from inventors. And my typical answer is that you could invent the greatest product in the world, but if nobody knows about it, you can't be successful. So it's very important once you've gone through the process of creating product that you're very comfortable with and you're ready to bring it to market, that you communicate, what is the product, what are the features, what are the benefits, and you create a reason for somebody to want to buy it, whether it be a retailer or whether it be a consumer. So no matter who the audience, it's going to be important that people understand that this particular product you've developed is available.
So when is a good time to decide to start doing these sorts of things?
Once you're at the stage where you're very comfortable that the product you're about to introduce is ready to be purchased, right? You need to begin to think about, okay, I've put all the work into creating this outstanding product. I'm ready to bring it to market. And how can I most effectively communicate to the audiences that I'm trying to communicate with?
How can I best prepare to implement some sort of marketing program?
So I think a couple things. One is, I think you begin by determining, who are the audiences that you want to communicate to, right? What's your business plan? What's your goal? For most inventors, their first step is, let's get some distribution on the product. So, you obviously have to create a strategy that will allow you to communicate to the trade, to communicate to a retail buyer at Walmart or Target or Best Buy or Toys R Us, wherever that may be. And then you look at it and say, okay, what are the other audiences that I need to also effectively communicate? So for example, if you're an inventor and you say, I'm going to launch this product on Amazon and I'm going to sell it through my e-commerce site, then in that situation, you got to start thinking about, how do I make people aware of the fact that it's available there, and how do I drive traffic to the site? So you really begin by understanding who are the audiences that are going to be most effective to make the product successful, and you create a strategy and a plan that will allow you to do that.
Well, when you come up with the strategy, what are the best ways to go about advertising, whether it be like social media or events, or how do you recommend going about that?
To be honest with you, a lot of that has to do with budget, right? A lot of it has to do with the fact that, where do I develop my marketing dollars? Where do I get those dollars from? Very often for a lot of inventors, to be honest with you, if they don't have outside investors, that's an investment that they're going to need in terms of helping to build the brand. In most cases, what the ultimate plan is that you have a combination of earned media. Earned media is editorial news coverage. So that's being on the Today Show or getting a placement in the New York Times. You have shared media using social channels, and depending on the product, you have Facebook, you have Twitter, you have Instagram, you have Pinterest, you have Snapchat, etc. And what you really need to do is create a strategy that's going to enable you to attract followers, and most importantly, it's not just getting anybody and everybody, it's really kind of getting a qualified individual to follow your brand. And that qualified being somebody who actually has an interest in either buying it or recommending that particular product. And then the second stage to social media really is, how do you create a level of engagement where they're continually coming back? One, because you've got interesting content that they're interested in. Two, it could be because you have a promotional giveaway or sweepstakes, that they're interested in. Or three, that you're introducing a new product or an extension of that product, so it may be more specifically focused on your individual product.
Well, it seems like a lot. How does a startup or a new inventor allocate some sort of budget for that? Like how do they pull it together?
So I would say that you would want to start without doing any, most inventors don't have the dollars to do any paid digital, right? Because the third aspect of the communications is you could pay. You could do some advertising, Facebook advertising, etc. Most really start from the process of hiring somebody, either a freelancer or an internal person, somebody who has an understanding of social media. They tend to be a little bit younger than you and I, and allowing them to create those different channels. And really importantly, it's understanding who your audience is, understanding how do you attract that audience, from what other sites are they visiting, what media are they reading, what blogs are they following, and really kind of creating a strategy. It doesn't need to be that expensive to start, right? But it's really about creating developing a strategy, implementing that strategy, and really having somebody who is consistent. Because I think One of the problems that you do run into is that if there isn't a consistency in terms of creating that communications dialogue with your consumer, you're going to lose followers and you're going to just not have an effective strategy. So start by saying, how much can I afford? Can I afford an agency like ours to come in and to manage that? And if I can't, try to find somebody who may be a freelancer or an individual that has some understanding of social and allocate some budget towards their time.
Please visit us online at www.uiausa.org or visit us on Facebook at www.facebook.com/UIAUSA.